This March 5th meeting of the Centreville Town Council is called to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Pull it together. Pull it together, Council Vice President Keel. All right, next up we have agenda review. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda?
I have none.
Okay. Then we have two sets of minutes to approve. We have February 19th meeting minutes and the February 19th council retreat minutes. Are there any changes or additions to those minutes?
I have some for the work session.
Let's do it.
They're minor. So it's, these aren't page numbered, but under budget and finances, it's the third bullet under action items. It says present 5 to 10 year revenue trend analysis. Really I think I would just edit that a little bit and just say it's 5 to 10 year analysis of key financial matrix. Because it's more than revenue.
Right.
Revenue's one of them. So that's just to have more clarity that it was more than that.
Okay.
And then I think that was actually it.
Awesome. Yeah, it's pretty comprehensive. Okay. Do we have a motion to approve one or both sets of these minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve both sets of minutes.
Right, do we have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Next up, we have a closed session statement. The town council met in closed session on Thursday, March 5th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. to discuss personnel in accordance with the Maryland Open Meetings Act. 4 members of the town council voted to close the session. The authority to close the session is found in section 3305 of the general provisions article. The town council discussed the following topics: personnel, board, and commission reappointments. No actions were taken. The following council members and staff were present: Ashley H. Kaiser, President; Jeffrey D. Keel, Vice President; Fred M. McNeil and Sandra Lee Huffer, members; Carolyn Brinkley, Town Manager, and Gay Adams, Town Clerk. The closed session adjourned at 6:43 p.m. Okay. Next up, we have a citizens forum. Are there any citizens that wish to address the council? Come on up.
Great.
And just please state your name.
Good evening. I
Hi.
said good morning to the lady back there. I'm Martha Anthony, and I am a lifelong resident of Centreville. You can guess how old I am, but that's how long I've been here. I grew up on Liberty Street, right down the road here. And in fact, my brother was the architect for this building, for the Liberty Building, Charles E. Anthony. So very proud of him. For having that
Very
legacy.
cool.
Very proud of him, and he's not well, so that's.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. So, it's nice that I mention it. It makes me feel good about it. So it's definitely Chuck's building. I'm here tonight for 2 things. One is to talk about the statue that's going at Kennard, which is for the colored troops. From the meetings on Monday mornings that we have at the American Legion, Jeff Davis, Post 18, at 11 o'clock, a group of veterans decided that they really thought we had a presentation from Chris Pupke, who is a local Centreville historian, about the colored troops that were killed in the Civil War. There were over 480 some residents. There were some that came back, but some did not. One that came back was a sexton at St. Paul's Episcopal Church, which is down the street, and is buried in Chesterfield Cemetery. But the ones that didn't, there was no anything. And I brought a fact sheet to share with you that Chris and the group had put together about why we're doing this, and instead of me trying to explain it all. And you probably have already had a presentation. I wasn't sure.
We haven't had a formal presentation, but Councilmember McNeil makes sure everyone knows about it for sure.
Right. Well, this is a fact sheet, and what I would say, if you did want a formal presentation, Chris Pupke can do something for about 35 minutes. Maybe not during a town meeting, but if you wanted to do something.
Awesome, yeah.
It's wonderful. It's a slide presentation, and he does a great job, and, you know, the more people that get to see it, we're hoping to raise money. I'm not asking you for money, but we are having a fish fry, and I think Mr. McNeil gave you a flyer,
Yes.
which I had brought flyers too.
That's awesome.
On the 21st of March at the Legion. That Jeff Davis Post has been very gracious, helping us out with different things, you know, with our events that we're going to have. But we're going to have a silent auction with this fish fry, and you know, we have tickets available, and there's a number on the flyer, and all you need to do is call that number, and Debbie Wells Cooper will bring you your ticket if you want to buy one. She'll bring it or make arrangements somehow to get it to you. So you'll be
Awesome.
yes, so it's in 2 weeks, I guess, isn't it? I guess
3
it's
weeks.
3 weeks, okay.
I don't know, 2.5, somewhere in there.
I
It's all a
don't know.
blur. This year's
When
flying
you're
by.
retired,
Well, I don't know how that feels,
I
Martha,
know you
but
don't. That's why I'm looking at you. You kind of lose track of,
I look forward to the
days
day.
of the week and time. So anyway, I hope you'll support us with that. The statue itself has gone to the foundry, and some of us got to see it before it went. The artist is Tillman Hensley, who is a fabulous artist in all methods and means. It'll take your breath away, really will. It's
it's awesome.
And it's going to be placed at Kennard, which they've designated an area, and they're going to landscape it and make it really nice. We don't know when that will be, because it depends on, but they were able to get all of the names on the 6-foot base of the
Oh, that's
thing,
wonderful.
which was really good. But Chris has found some more names, but we decided that what we could do is maybe put another plaque or sign or something with the additional names. That hasn't been decided yet, but we don't want to leave anybody out. And there are family members in Centreville that are still living of these families, some of these families. So it's an amazing tale. And if you don't read this, and then Chris, I'm nominating Chris to talk about it, but
No, we'd love that. And yeah, I would love to read one.
yeah, I'm going to give you these.
Awesome. Yeah, you can
and
give them to Carolyn. She'll get them to us at
And you can,
the end of the meeting.
and, you know, I think it would be really good if we, you know, made some copies and gave them, even in the town office of, you know,
Yeah.
people could take them home and pass them to their churches or whoever.
You could share something on the Facebook and stuff too.
That'd be awesome. That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
and about this too, for sure.
Yes. And then the last thing is on March the 28th, you know, last year was the 50th anniversary of the end of the Vietnam War. You probably don't all remember, I know Fred does, and I do, what happened back in 1975 when it ended. And we have a committee through this veterans group that meets on Mondays that put together a program last year, and now we decided we'd do it one more year to honor our Vietnam veterans. We had a huge crowd last year, over 340 people were there. It was wonderful. And the auxiliary serves refreshments, et cetera. And it is 28. We have a guest speaker. They do the missing man table. I mean, it's just very, and then this year also we've added something new, is that we asked all of our veterans to bring us pictures of themselves back when they served in Vietnam, like Mr. McNeil's picture. He's standing there like this, and it's really good. And then Zach from the library has helped me. He scanned them, and he's helping me put them on a reel. And we're using music from Ken Burns's Vietnam
cool.
CD. Of course, the first song that all the men, they're all men, said, let's play, let's get out, or help me get out of here, or what is it?
I gotta get out of
That's
this place.
it.
Yeah.
It's the last thing I ever do.
That's it. Anyway, we're just gonna put it together, and then it'll just continuously run so they can see themselves. And we have other Vietnam vets besides the group that have sent their pictures in as well. So I just would like to give you these flyers as well, and invite you and your family out to see. And also, I haven't heard the final word, but the Queen Anne's County High School has a club that I've been involved with that does things for children that move and their families are in the military, and they work with the family, you know, getting them acquainted. And they've taken on a project of doing a Hall of Fame at the high school, and they have pictures that Shore Sign has framed for them of veterans, and Heffenbaum has given them a flag display, and there's going to be a wall with pictures.
Oh, that's so cool.
Any veteran from Centreville High School, Sudlersville High School, Kennard, and Queen Anne's County High School is eligible for this wall.
Oh,
Any
that's really
veteran,
awesome.
Not just Vietnam, that's separate. This is any veteran going back from the beginning of Centreville High School, which was 1909, that, you know, that sort of thing. So, any questions? That's all I
No,
have.
but thank you for everything you do for the community, and we appreciate you sharing it with us.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about Compass and.
I know, you
Betterment
do
Club,
everything.
Betterment Club. Yeah, well, and I will tell you another really quick plug, and I know my 3 minutes is way up. October 10th, the Betterment Club in Sudlersville, we're going to have an old-time baseball game in honor of Jimmy Foxx's birthday is in October. It'll be 119. And we have the Philadelphia Athletics and a team from Elkton that's going to play the old 1860 version of baseball.
That's so
which,
cool.
That's
QACTV is going to videotape it, and we're going to ask, I think, Phil Dumanoff, maybe he'll officiate, or umpire, excuse me, I always get
Whatever
it
it
wrong.
is.
Whatever it is. But we're going to have peanuts, popcorn, and Cracker Jacks, and we're going to have a cake wheel, and, you know, and if you have anything else that you could think that we could do, just be nice to have it. It's part of the 250
celebration.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so we wrote
Thank you
a
for
grant.
sharing.
Wow,
Yes,
thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
tonight.
Thank you. Nice
Appreciate
to
you,
see
Martha.
all of you. And you know what? I'm going to see you Saturday night. I'm going to be
Yes.
serving you. Oh,
Always happy to
so
see
tip
you.
me well, okay? Just put it in my pocket. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Come on up.
I'm Margaret from Northbrook.
We need your last name too.
Oh, Jagley.
Okay.
And two quick things. I just came to thank the town and those who snow plowed the last snowstorm. It was such an excellent job. I heard the
Awesome.
trucks in the wee hours and again in the morning. And for the first time in 20 years that I remember, to get up and have the whole street cleared, I could get out of my driveway. They did an excellent job, not just in Northbrook, but
Yeah, no, the whole town looked good.
it was really done well. And then the second thing, I just had a question if anything had developed with our guidelines for water bills and late fees, or if it was going to be posted.
So we looked into the statute you had brought. That's related just to WSSC, which is the Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission that services Montgomery and Prince George's County and the DC metro area. So they're a regulated utility because of their size. They're more regulated, so that those rules don't actually apply.
Oh, even though it said Maryland General Assembly, it was a
Yeah,
different
it's
county.
specific to the code that governs WSSC.
I told you I'm not an attorney.
No, I am, and I still didn't know. So, we had to look it up. But so that's not what we're governed by. I mean, we can certainly look at our late fees and continue to do that, but currently our late fees are legally allowed the way they are.
I just thought it would be nice, though, to post just a little, like, chart or something so that the townspeople would know, like,
Of the fees?
yeah, of the fees.
They're on
and
the website.
On the website,
They're on the
yeah.
website, under finance, and I think public works as
I
well.
had looked under the water department. I did not find something really specific.
Yeah, it tells you what the minimum charges for water, sewer, late fees, delinquent.
Okay, I
Shut off all
probably did
those.
see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if
I was
not, you
just
give us a
concerned
call.
that
No,
we're
we
today.
appreciate you bringing these things to our attention, and we're always excited when people are here for citizen comment. So
If you can't find it, call town hall and
Yeah,
we'll
I
help
think
you
I
get
did,
through.
but it's, it was, what confused me online is in one place it said 1.8%, and then in parentheses, in this same area, it said 18%, and then I read about it was 5%, you know,
Right.
what I submitted.
Oh, every year,
That's what
yeah.
confused me.
Oh, okay.
And still does.
We'll look at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Martha. Thank you.
All right, are there any other citizens that wish to address the council? Okay. Next up, we have our public hearing on ordinance 01-2026, deeds of dedication, Providence Farm, phases 4 and 5. And so, this is an ordinance of the Town Council of Centreville for the purpose of authorizing the acceptance of Providence Lane, Portsmouth Lane, and Bristol Lane in Providence Farm phases 4 and 5 and all matters related thereto. I will now call on the town attorney to provide background on this ordinance.
So this is, we've talked about this now a couple times. It would enable you all to accept the streets in Providence. There's a few remaining streets that haven't been accepted by the town yet, and this is the formal mechanism that will do that.
Awesome. All right, I will now call Gay Adams, Town Clerk, to present evidence of the published notice of this hearing.
This is to certify that the annex legal advertisement has been published on February 18th, 2026.
Okay. We will first hear from all those in favor of proposed ordinance 01-2026 and then hear from those opposed. Please keep all comments to 3 minutes. You are welcome to provide written testimony to the town council as well. Can you read the public comment guidelines?
Welcome to this meeting of the Centreville Town Council. This is a public meeting and we welcome your participation. By attending, you acknowledge that this session is recorded and aired live on QACTV 7. And if you have the new Breeze Line streaming box, it's channel 2001. During the meeting, we ask that you turn your cell phones off and hold personal conversations outside the meeting room. The scheduled agenda is available for anyone outside on the information table. Public comment will be limited to 3 minutes per person. The town council respects and appreciates your desire and right to convey your message freely, and in keeping with the dignity of proceedings, we ask that all views be expressed in a respectful and civil manner. Comments longer than 3 minutes should be submitted in writing. If questions are part of your comments, we'll refer those to the appropriate individual. Thank you.
Okay, we will now hear from all those in favor of proposed ordinance 01-2026. We will now hear from all those opposing proposed ordinance 01-2026.
I have.
And just to read into the record, we received one comment in opposition from Tim McCluskey, so we'll consider that the reading of his comment. All right, seeing no one to speak here on it, the Centreville Town Council will consider all comments presented this evening before making a final decision regarding proposed ordinance 01-2026. Do I hear a motion to adjourn the hearing?
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, and now declare this hearing adjourned. Okay, next up, under old business, is we can go ahead and act on this today, right?
Yes?
Sharon?
It is eligible.
Okay. Do we have any discussion on ordinance 01-2026? Okay, is there a motion?
I make a motion to accept ordinance 1-2026.
Okay, is there a second?
I second.
All right, we'll do a roll call vote. Councilmember Huffer?
Yes.
Yes. Council Vice President Keel?
Yes.
Councilmember McNeil?
Yes.
Okay, with 4 in the affirmative, that passes. Next up, under new business, it's time for the annual
Can we,
giving of the
correct.
binders.
actually, excuse me, can we go back 1 second? There is an agreement, so this is an agreement between the town and, for
Yes, we need to
the-
approve this separately.
Yes, and I guess they would have to approve, because it's got my name on it, on
Yes,
both of these
approve and give
agreements.
you the authority to
Okay,
sign.
so we also have the agreement to accept the roads. We're looking for a motion to approve that and give Carolyn the authority to sign.
I make a motion to approve it.
And give Carolyn the authority to sign.
Sign,
Is there a second?
I second.
All right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay,
Thank you.
now we can get our budget binders.
Yay!
Yippee.
Everyone's favorite
The
day
red
of the
ones.
year, right? Red's not good I'm not getting good vibes off a red binder for budget.
It's hot, it's hot, it's good.
Look, I'm cheap, so whatever binder is on clearance is what I buy. Only because we need so many.
I appreciate the frugality. All right, council members, you'll see in the binders the timeline of our meetings. Ask that you come to our first budget session with, your first set of questions. This process has been really good the last couple of years. So, anything else you want to say to us, Karen?
I do have a,
We have a PowerPoint.
Oh, my.
it's not a bit, I
Are
promise.
there pictures of benches in it? Because I require that.
You have birdhouses this month.
Yes.
I
Fred, can always count on you to bring
And
a
you
good
have a guest
slideshow.
speaker, so you got it made.
Benches and trees we had. So I'm just gonna start out by saying, the staff department heads have worked really hard on this budget. It was a little tight in the beginning, but, Karen found some, little
missing
extra,
zero, so-
yeah, she had a missing zero. And, so it made it much better. But, staff has worked really hard. They have their needs in here. It's really even, capital budget is very slim.
Until
and-
HARP is running out and we don't have a, yeah.
Right. So, and as I do every year, I'm turning it over to Karen because I'm not the finance specialist. So
You can click for me.
I'm going to click for you if I get it to work.
So I just want
Right,
really
there we go.
quickly, in your binder, you have tabs. I've tried to label them so you could find everything easily. Tab 1 shows the operating budget we'll be going over at the first work session. Tab 2 shows you the capital. 3 gives you our list of grants that we'll hope to get blanket approval for. 4 is the donations tab. We did have one that actually did go online and apply the new way we set up this year, so I put the entire packet in your binder. And 5 is some supplemental information for right now. It's the constant yield and the UB rates for the upcoming fiscal year. All right. So just an update on our current budget, where we're at now. I see FY '26 going well. I see the general fund being over expectation, possibly 1%, around 75 to 80,000. A lot of that you'll see is coming from the public utility tax and how the assessable base comes in after we approve the budget. We received our health surplus for the fiscal year. The total was $60,399, and the staff has been working on some recommendations for the use of this surplus. We'll bring you during the budget work sessions. All departments, their budget spending is in line with estimates thus far this year. Just some sidewalk repairs that have been done this year because we did have the new revolving fund put back in. So Brookfield Drive, Holton Street, and Chesterfield Avenue. And FY '26 enterprise fund revenue, I expect that to be right in line with the expectations. I don't see us taking in any more or any less. And the enterprise fund expense side, they're teetering where they should be right now, but depending on how things fall out in the year, they may be close or slightly over. All right, this is the FY '27 budget that will be in your binder, but just an FYI, the first row gives you the actuals, which are just to date for the current year, the '26 budget, and then the FY '27 budget. So revenue-wise, for the general fund, we're looking to bring in $8,438 this year. And revenues on the enterprise fund, we look to take in $3,533,957. And this just shows you in a pie chart so you can see how much of our general fund revenue does lie on the property tax, the local income tax, and the PUT. And then this is just how the revenues break down for the water and sewer department. The very small piece would be the farm. All right, this is just the expenditures for FY '27. General fund is coming in at $7,531,003, and the enterprise fund is coming in at $3,473,939. If you remember the revenue screen a couple back, you'll see both both budgets on the general and enterprise fund are given to you in the black, and so there is no overspending. Just depends on how everything works out. But right now, there's more revenue coming in than expenses out. And this is a pie chart just to kind of see how the breakdown of expenses is in the general fund. And most of them are your public works department, your police department, and the administration. And then this chart just breaks down the expenditures for the water and the sewer and the farm. This is the highlights for the upcoming capital. These are in your binder list. This includes a parking study in the planning and zoning budget for $65,000. Computers for the police vehicles, 13 with 2 spares at $70,000, which will be adjusted at the first work session because we actually got a good figure in now. Portable radios at $35,000 for a total in the general fund of $170,000. The budget you have here is inclusive of these capital items already in. The enterprise fund is submitting a capital budget of 0 for this year. And that's because right now they're only in the black 10 grand after the meetings. And this is just a highlight of the capital and grant things for the fiscal year. The final phase of the Wharf Park, we'll have to go back out and get a grant for that final phase. Bowman and Belvedere with the federal earmark money, $2,518,000. Treatment plant upgrade, I think this is part of the design for $1.5 million. And then the final $2 million of the ARPA funds for the expansion of the lagoon. And this is just, you'll see this in your binder, the next 2 or 3 sheets is just Kip's 5-year capital budget, so you can see it over. I know it's very small.
That's okay, but it's in our
It's in the
budget.
binder.
It is in the binders,
so.
yeah.
Making me think I need new contacts,
Like-
Karen. I don't know.
It's trendy.
Start wearing my glasses around here.
Yeah. And then the final page, and I can email you the presentation too if you ever want.
Yeah, that'd be
you
awesome.
know.
This is great.
Yeah, so this just gives you an overview. Here's our work sessions that we have set up. The first one is next week,
Someone
here,
better remind
5:30 PM. Just bring your binder with you, because that's where we'll start deep diving in.
March 12th.
We'll go through all the work sessions. Hopefully, we don't
March
need
12th.
more than the 4. We have 4 scheduled. We'll submit final budget to you April 16th, have the public hearings in May, and the final budget adoption will be June 4th. Sorry, I was trying not to like overkill you tonight with a lot of budget. We will deep dive into all departments and all information next week. I will send you an email of the slides, and if you guys have any questions,
We know who to call.
yes, absolutely. And I'll see you at 5:30 sharp.
Moving my stuff into a black binder, but all right. Just on principle.
I'm gonna hang up here for Kip's, because in
Yeah.
case you had any funding questions, I'll hear them.
We're headed into the Kip Matthews
Yes.
show for the balance of the meeting.
Yes.
Come on up, Kip.
I'll make sure I send you a copy of the slides.
Thank you.
Yep.
Good evening, thank you for your time. As you see, there's a few items here to discuss with you. First one we have is a memo for the purchase of a truck for the DPW. It's a small dump truck. It was actually budgeted for replacement next year in FY '27. Looking at the budget that we're currently in, there seems to be enough money we can make the purchase in this year. The budget for next year, as Karen said, that there's not much money there for capital expenses. So we're asking if we can make this purchase this year with the
It would be out of his operating budget in the C11 Streets Department. We've reviewed the budget and where spending is, and he's got enough money to cover that.
This truck is only gonna cost more in a year anyway,
Yes,
yes.
yep.
so.
Just a quick, just I can't remember, as far as, what's the age of the truck? Is it like
It's-
15 years old?
The one it's replacing is 12 years old.
12
It's
years,
right
yeah, it is,
there.
I'm sorry, yeah, overlooked that.
Kip, can I just ask you, since every time I go to the gas station, it's going up 9 cents a day now, have we looked at all into hybrids or electric, or are they just prohibitively costly?
Yeah, for trucks this size, even though they're considered a light dump truck, they're, I'll put it this way, from what I see of them, and they are getting better with some things, but
Not yet.
they're not that good for especially for the use and abuse these trucks take.
And electric's not any cheaper than gas.
Unfortunately, you should talk to your friend about our electric bill last month, and she'll
And we even
agree.
looked into that for them and the police vehicles in the
ours
last
was
few
paid
years,
up.
yeah.
A few years ago.
And we've also done a pretty good investigation into a leasing option, and that's,
Not cost effective.
Yeah,
yeah,
not,
it's not cost effective.
not for our size, I think, and it just,
And what we
yeah.
do to them, yeah.
Right.
Is there any lead time in getting the truck? Is it many, many months out, or just,
Right now, it doesn't seem to be.
An issue for you.
The prices that we've been working on so far are pretty quick availability. They're already outfitted the way that we want them to be. It's not like it was back in 2001, I think it was. When there was year-long wait times on them. and that was if you got it done. So,
Yeah,
yeah, it's not that bad now.
Good.
Within, I'm gonna say within a couple of weeks, probably at the most, so.
what do you do with the old one? Is there salvage for it or anything?
Yeah, we sell, matter of fact, we have surplus equipment we're getting ready to list this spring. There's, and I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's an online auction
Okay.
house that does this work for governments. So they take care of all the advertising, they come take pictures and get all the information, and
They handle it.
they handle the whole thing.
That's great.
So, and they make sure they get the money for it, so, which they pass on to us.
There you go, yeah,
Yep.
that's great.
Awesome. Do we have a motion regarding the purchase of this truck?
I make a motion for the Department of Public Works to purchase a new truck with a dump body and a snowplow not to exceed $90,000 using the FY '26 operating budget.
I think I heard you second it, Councilmember McNeil.
Yes.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that's just one of 4 things, so.
Yeah.
Gov deals, gov deals.
Gov deals,
Thank you to
that's it.
Chief.
That's right.
It takes all of our
That's
collective
what I
brain
had in my
power.
head,
it was
but I
gov
couldn't, I didn't know if
something.
it was right.
I just couldn't think, yeah.
So, thank you for that. The next one you have before you there, we've talked about this a few times, that the programmer logic controller for the water plant, we replaced one in the Northbrook water plant just recently. The main one that's in the Comet Drive water plant is about the same age. It's obsolete. The software isn't being supported anymore or anything. So we need to get this thing fixed and replaced. It's kind of on borrowed time. If it goes down, that means that the operations staff has to operate it 24 hours a day by hand. So, and we've already had that similar problem when we had to replace the one in the Northbrook water treatment plant. So, again, with this one, this one was also
Yeah.
scheduled for the for the FY '27 budget. Karen's worked on her budget with us, and we've been able to finagle some things, and we think we can take it out of this year's operating.
This is the interest.
Over it.
And so this will come from the enterprise fund interest
Oh, I'm
earned.
sorry.
No, that's okay. Earned above the expectation. We're already 75,000 over, interest earned than we expected, and with still 5 months to
This
accumulate.
feels like a necessary. It's not like anyone's just desperate to get one. Do we have a motion related to this?
I make a motion to approve the purchase of a programmable logic controller for $64,604.
Do we have a second?
Or Sandy and I just taking turns.
You know, when there's only a few of us up here. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay,
Thank you. Appreciate
now it's
that.
still you.
Yep, still me. So,
See you guys.
thank you.
Thank you, Karen. All right, the Wharf Park.
Yep, the Wharf Park. As you know, we went out to bids for this final phase of the park. The bids came back rather high compared to
This is
what.
beautiful, so I'd imagine it's the expensive one?
Yeah.
I'm
The one on
Oh, the
screen.
picture's up, Kip.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I didn't even know
Yeah,
they were
it's
there. but
beautiful.
Yes, that is the, one that staff has kind of picked.
Yeah.
The other two that were submitted in the bids,
I do have a picture of those if you want to
Oh,
see
I
them.
saw it before the meeting.
oh, okay.
I mean, you get what you pay for, I'll say that.
Yeah, they're basically pole barns is
Yeah.
what they amount to. This structure matches the picnic pavilions that we have there and everything. So it's, we feel it's also better that the way it's going to be situated, and it's soundproofing on the outside of it.
Where is it gonna be, to help me picture it? It's like if I'm swinging my back's to it.
No, well, we moved the swings.
I know.
Okay.
I've been there since you moved.
If you're
them. Yeah.
swinging and facing the open part of the park, not the
Which you
playground.
can't, the swings all face, you know, they're all those
All
chair
right,
swings.
so
Yes,
goes the opposite end of the
That's what I
clear
thought. Okay.
line. Yeah,
Like the point, like.
yeah.
over in that
So,
direction.
right, so in the open field, this would be on the opposite side from the playground.
Yes.
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 So it has all that open front for seating and everything. Yep.
Very nice, okay. So the problem is, it's way more expensive in today's money than it was in a couple years ago.
Everything is, yeah. The budget that we were working on was from 2003, early 2003. The application was.
23.
I'm sorry,
It's all the same, I mean,
No, it is.
Man, slipping here.
Zero.
So, yeah,
Oh, two.
so anyhow, in 2003, that's what the budget we were working with, that's what was submitted for the grant.
so,
So,
and so the Community Parks and Playgrounds grant won't cover this,
no,
but can we apply for another one and combine the two?
we can, yes, we can apply for another grant, and kind of what staff is working on, the bid prices that we have, we're kind of picking and choosing out of it what we want in this grant this grant can fund. So,
Got it, and then we could finish it, so like
And-
phase it in.
right, we're looking at all different options, but right now, that's the best option that we think.
Okay,
So, and by your next meeting, I should have a formal memo with the
Okay.
price breakdown and what exactly you're getting for that money.
and so it's my understanding there was some conversation at Parks Board about repurposing the Millstream 2 money, but we're still, I mean, I'm still hopeful that we'll acquire that property and finish the trail.
Yeah, and adding that to it won't complete this third phase anyway.
We really need to go after more community parks and playgrounds money.
Yeah,
Kip, thank you for the phone call yesterday. The Parks Advisory Board asked me to make a motion about transferring funds, but after talking to you, you advised me you're proceeding on other courses, right? So
yes.
don't-
That,
That's why we won't bring it up tonight, okay?
even if we did that, we'd still be.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I'm
over
not ready to give up
40,000.
hope on Millstream 2.
Yeah.
Right, I would agree.
We've spent a lot of time and energy on acquiring that property, and I think we're gonna keep trying to do that.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
all right,
Okay.
well, this is beautiful, and so go find the money, Kip.
Yep. we'll work on it.
Want it.
So you'll give us details about timing and all that.
I just can see
That-
so many good, solid community uses.
Oh,
for
yeah.
this.
You'll give timing and all that, like, again, at the next, kind of like.
Yeah,
when
this
the
next,
construction would start and whatever, and we'll
Yeah.
just talk more then.
it's pretty much, right now, we're getting close to where the weather's gonna break, so by your next meeting, I'll have you a memo drafted that explain the money and everything, and what we can get done. And then we can hopefully go right to, notice to proceed with it, so,
Okay,
all right?
and now, recycling.
Yes. As you know, I told you that we put an RFP out for recycling throughout the town for the curbside collection. We only got one bid back, and the bidding company is still working out some things as far as where the recycling is going to be taken to. At this point, I'm going to suggest that we just hold off on that particular bid. We're getting ready to go out for the curbside waste pickup with that RFP, and it should be out, I'm hoping it's out by the end of this month.
Okay.
And we're just gonna add this back to it as a bid number 1, bid number 2.
Okay,
That way it may still be, it can still be the same person that bid, but I think it may open up other bidders to come in on,
To do both.
to do that.
Okay, I understand.
Yep. So,
sense.
the last thing I have for you, we've been working on the Touch a Truck
yeah.
event.
Oh, right.
Right now, it's scheduled for April 4th. And I'm sorry, I know it's the day before Easter, but this is where everything just lined up
That's awesome.
right. So, and things are going very well. We've got the DJ, we've got the moon bounce
I am not gonna
scheduled.
miss it again. Put it in
I'm
my
not
calendar
either.
right now.
I'm not either. I'm coming.
So,
What time is it?
it's from 11 to 3. And,
Is that the high school too? again,
and it's
right?
at the high school, yep.
That's
There-
when you're chasing, you're racing the canine, right?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
Councilman,
We're gonna do it, Jeff. We're gonna do it. We're gonna race the police dog and lose profoundly badly. But,
we're not gonna lose.
I mean, I'm
I got
pretty
something in my
confident.
pocket. I got a steak down my throat.
Behind you.
That's right.
You're doing it for the gram, Jeff.
That's
Okay.
right.
So I'll be forwarding our flyer to you folks, and any questions you have or suggestions,
Well, I'm excited, and I'm really glad you're doing it again.
Yep.
And I hope that your team has fun with it, because
Oh,
they deserve to
they-
have a little bit of fun at work
yes,
as well.
they really enjoy it. I mean, some of these guys have small children themselves, so,
Yeah.
and they're a great bunch of guys, so.
And it was attended well, is correct?
Oh,
last
very
year?
I
well.
only heard
Yeah.
great things about it.
Yeah,
I was
mean,
out of town,
I
but
know what the volume of people that came approximately.
I don't know, we didn't really have a way to track it or anything, but I can tell you the front parking lot of the high school was filled, and where the bus loop parking lot is, that was filled as well.
that's awesome.
So, yeah, it was great. So, the only thing, we haven't been able to schedule a rain date, because this is during the Easter break at the high school, so we're not worried about it.
It's not gonna rain.
I like that. Sounds
Putting that
good to
out in the
me.
universe. And I just want to echo the earlier thanks during public comment for your team for the snow removal during the last snowstorm, hopefully the last
Yes, I
snowstorm for
agree.
this season. But
It-
just always very grateful for you and your team, Kip.
Thank you. And when it snows and it doesn't get ice on top of it, it's a whole lot
Whole
easier.
different animal.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's what the difference was before the first one, or the one before and this one. But
Awesome.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much.
Yep,
Thank you, Kip.
thank you.
All right. Reports of boards and commissions. Maryland Municipal League coming up is the Maryland Municipal League Summer Conference. I think Gay has talked to each of you and gotten you registered if you are attending. It's really valuable learning, so I'm glad some people are going. I don't have anything else for MML. Council of Governments.
Next meeting's May 13th.
it's only quarterly now.
We only have quarterly, yep,
From monthly to,
quarterly, yes,
soon it's gonna be an annual meeting. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Economic Development, Fred's not here, but he's been working diligently on getting members for CETA, and we'll be interviewing them soon. So that's good news. Park Advisory Board.
I know how you look forward to the
I
slides.
do.
I'm
I'm
not gonna let
pumped.
you down. I have a guest speaker. I won't say a word, okay? Ms. Priscilla, would you introduce yourself? You're the expert.
We all know our town volunteers.
I've been around the board for a while. And I've never seen a group of people so happy to get a budget binder. That was hilarious.
Next week, Priscilla.
No, we haven't read it yet, so, you know, the joy.
Hopefully it goes as well as last year, and we'll be happy.
So Fred thought this would be interesting to you all. I had posted some pictures, and some of them were my pictures and some of them are his pictures. So just a little report on what the Park Advisory Board's been doing on the trail. In 2022, I asked Andy Pupke of Chesapeake Wildlife Heritage about getting bird nesting boxes along the trail. And we put up 3 boxes near Goose Landing down off of Glendale. In 2023, we added 3 more boxes on the upper side of the trail near Creamery Lane. And then we added, 2024, we added 2 more boxes, the Wharf Park. And each spring, I check them, and I've learned to identify from the nest and the eggs which species we have. That's been kind of fun to do. It seems like we have mostly bluebirds, swallows, chickadees, and sparrows coming. And each winter, I clean them out. so that they're ready for new occupants. They've got, each one of them has the predator barrier on the bottom to keep the snakes out. Let's see. We also had two wood duck boxes installed. That was the very first picture on the stream. That was a couple years ago. I forget, 2 or 3 years ago. Don't know if they've been used because you can only check them by kayak or canoe. So if anybody wants to get out there and see if it looks like it's been used.
Priscilla, you've not been out in your canoe.
I don't have one. So anyway, so we did those. We also, one year, put up a new osprey nest platform down at across the street from the Wharf Park, whatever that property's called, on that side of the park there. So far, nobody's used it, but hopefully somebody will. I did put some, I think it was last year, information on the Bluebird boxes, the trail and the monitoring and all, in the information boxes. And I actually, when I was down there the other day, I had a man was in the parking lot and he was reading the information board. He was reading that information. And we just got to talking and he said he was here to check out the town of Centreville and he really liked the trails and what we're doing. And he was here to check out the town for retirement. And he said he thought they would be very interested in retiring here.
Awesome.
And the trail was one of the big draws for them. So,
Awesome.
just let you know that.
Very cool.
So, yeah. So I'm hoping, I mean, my hope for the, like the boxes and stuff, even though, I've been keeping a record, and it's kind of unofficial, I'm not reporting to anybody, but I do have a little record since we started of how many of the boxes are being used. They're almost all full, you know, maybe there's one a year that's not been used, so they are being used, and, you know, my hope is that they just kind of, besides the habitat, engage people to, you know that we need to be helping wildlife out there. So
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
that's it.
Appreciate all that you
Thank
do.
you, Penny.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else for Park Advisory Board,
We're
Fred?
good.
Awesome. That was thorough. Planning Commission.
Yeah, there was a work session last night, it was about accessory dwelling units, because there's a requirement by the state legislation last year, and I think it's being discussed again this year, is that right, Sharon?
There's two bills, I think, that are proposing amendments.
Yeah, so it could change this year, but adoption right now is required, I think, in October of 26 this year. Peter Flint gave a very good presentation to kind of walk the committee through it. And so it was discussed about what the town currently has, you know, as it relates to zoning areas for accessory apartments with a single-family home, which is largely in the, currently allowed in the R zoning areas of town. But it's only those that are prior to adoption of, that were constructed prior to the adoption of Chapter 170. So that's kind of the hitch on that one. It's just kind of, it has to be done beforehand, so. And then there's also detached, you know, only by special exception. And that's where we are in current state as far as at a high level. So the decisions that the committee needs to firm up is just relating to single-family homes, as far as that being allowed and attached ADUs within the home. Because you've heard, I'm sure, granny flats, people who want people, you know, have those types of accommodations in their home, which is becoming more popular in the country. ADU, the size of ADUs that are detached is another important decision-making. The law itself defines it as not being greater than 75% the size of the primary single family dwelling, so that's, you know, quite large. But again, it cannot go over that. And really through the research that Peter spoke about last night, it's usually like within what he's seen in the legislation, about 800 square feet or so. I mean, usually it's in that. They're small. Again, the terminology granny flats are kind of used, but they're small and they're not really large, and it's not intended to be, you know, a large second home on your property. But just more smaller, affordable housing for the state. So, and then also a pathway needs to be thought about as far as construction of new homes, because we know there'll be construction of new homes and different developments in Centreville over the next 5 years. So we need to think that one through, if that's an option for a developer, if they wanted to offer that in their plans. And then setbacks was another key thing. As far as the setbacks, per the state, they can't be any different than an accessory structure that you currently put on your property. So, a building or things like that, you can't create special setbacks for it, just to give you some highlights. And then the last was about parking. The state requires a waiver for additional parking, because they don't want that to be a barrier, right? Parking, because, parking can be a thing that creates large barriers for developing homes and residents. So as far as for additional off-street parking, I should say. So, and the town is in the midst of looking at parking right now, as far as, I think, GIS, I think is the firm, which is actually a firm that just does it. I can't remember the details of it, but basically there's no money associated with it, but able to give us kind of a parking study as it relates to ADUs, so from that perspective. So good discussion, and then so next steps are try to put a draft together. Peter will bring that. Sharon's help as we work through the legalities of it all. And then, again, not to do more than we really need to do, because things could change. So we want to be thoughtful about how we approach this. So we're not doing a massive amount of changes as we're changing our code and have anticipations for this year. So it was a good work session, and that's pretty much the summary bullets of it.
Awesome. All right, reports of department heads, town manager.
Last Friday, I attended, the town of Berkeley received federal earmark money for a new town hall, so they had a check signing. I was very excited for them. So I attended that. Staff met this week with representatives from Senator Van Hollen and Senator also Brooks' office, because we will be applying again for federal earmark for the wastewater treatment plant. Been working with Karen on just this past week, just making sure we've had a few little tweaks to numbers in the budget, so just making sure we've got it straight for your binders. Along with Peter, our zoning administrator, just talking to some zoning matters with some residents or business owners. And that's all. That's all I have.
Awesome. Chief of Police.
First and foremost, good evening, everyone. I don't have a presentation for the council this evening. However, I did want to touch on a couple topics concerning the budget, not to take away from any of the sessions we're getting ready to have. It's going to be fun, but Ms. Luffman had indicated earlier on our capital request, there was the item for the computers for our patrol vehicles, which we had discussed in the last session. Since then, I had told the council that I was going to try to get more definitive numbers as to what we're going to be looking at, and I think that it got passed around earlier as we came in, so you should have those numbers in front of you now. So, as I also indicated in the last council meeting, that those numbers are variable depending on the time frame in which we act upon them. Now, Ms. Luffman indicated that that is factored into our FY27 budget coming up. However, I just want to make the council aware that those numbers could change the longer we wait. And that's not to push the decision, it's just, again, to remind that it says 73 and some change on there. 73,065.49. So in July, that might go up a few $1,000s depending on when we take action on that. The other item that she had mentioned was the portable radios, I think to the sum of around $35,000 that it was on there. I'm not sure that we had talked about that. However, Mrs. Wright and myself and town manager were all looking at possible grants to cover those numbers instead of having them come out of the budget as well. So we're hoping that maybe we can get with the vendor and they offer a grant for their products. So we're hoping maybe we can get coverage for that so it won't come out of the budget. So I just wanted to advise the council that we were looking into those options as well. So other than that, I was just here to see if you had any questions about what we had presented before you with the numbers.
No.
Or any other police department business.
No, thank you for all you and your team are doing.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chief. And my question is going to be about the numbers.
Okay.
Obviously, you've got it, you've handed them to us, so I appreciate
Sure.
that.
Yep, not a problem at all.
Awesome.
All right. Have a good evening. Thank you.
You too. Town attorney,
I have nothing.
my favorite report. Okay, Public Works, do you have anything else? No, okay. Town clerk.
Just a few things. Today, we attended an open house for 2 properties on Lawyers Row. Clear Realty was responsible for purchasing those properties and then rehabbing them as well. We met the owner and a bunch of their staff today, and it was great. And they're a really great business model for our town, and they're going to help fill those buildings. Lots of options. They have, we'll be contacting people and trying to get those leased, including maybe a retail. So that was good to hear. Last week, Carol D'Agostino, the manager of Main Street, she met with the new proprietor for, was that
122.
122 Commerce, which was the old Alibi. And he's looking to have the restaurant open May 1st. That's when his liquor license is available, May 1st. So that's his goal. He's going to be meeting with members of the town as well as members of the Economic Development Team, Small Business Association, soon at Town Hall to kind of just go over to make sure he does everything correctly, gets all his permits done properly and on all those things. So I believe it's called what was the name of the?
Town Square Grill.
Town Square Grill. So we'll learn more when he
Throwback
comes
to an
in.
old place that was down there.
Yeah, so we'll learn more when he comes into the office. Carol will set that up and sit down and just go over everything just to make sure everything gets
Cool.
done.
That's awesome.
And that is
Thank you.
all for now.
And I went to the open house as well. I don't know, Fred, were you there? I think you went. It was awesome. It's a wonderful couple. Really want to invest in Centreville. I think we're very, I'm very grateful as far as just the fact that someone wants to invest in our town. And I like their model as well, because they're relating to preservation of our buildings in downtown, which is a historical area that I think is really important to preserve. Because of the economic benefits that provides the town, as well as other effects of that. But yeah, I think we have a fabulous opportunity to do to partner with them and really bring some services to town and kind of, tie that into the survey that's being done. I think some of that as well will influence that. Maybe not, again, they're wanting to get some tenants, but it will influence that space, those spaces maybe later once, because we won't get the results of that until June, I believe.
July.
July, okay. So it's like 3 months down the road or so. But yeah, looks very good for the town, so.
Sandy, if I can piggyback on your comments, the mother and the son, Tony, I believe, was the son, and the mother, there is a partnership, and they really want to get involved in the community. They made a big point, I don't know what they said to you, Sandy, but they'd like to, help the town any way they can. Not only with their business, but in the community, get involved.
Yeah, so very engaged, I would say.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Citizens Forum. Does anyone wish to address the council again? You can have another 3 minutes. All right, Council Roundtable, Council Vice President Keel.
I just want to say how the mill property looks now compared to what it was. Now we just got to get the fence up.
Yeah, so I did I got an update from
And like a wall.
the,
Yeah.
the contractor who did all the excavation work there. He's been helping Mr. Geschwelm, and they received the quotes in for the fence and the siding that's going up there. So they'll be in shortly to
Apply for the permit.
get their permit.
It really does look good.
It
I'm
does look good.
impressed.
It does.
When that ice storm came, I thought, oh no.
Yeah.
And so I'm really glad to see the massive
Yeah,
progress.
look being better once the grass seed and all that's done.
Yes,
It's just the
yeah.
finished product, but yeah, much
getting
much
there.
improved. And again, the whole public safety aspect was what that was, that we thought was important to take action on, so,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's been good. Yeah, appreciate all your work on that. All right, Council Member McNeil.
Oh, okay. A couple of thank yous. Kip, thank you for the phone call yesterday. He answered a lot of questions in Public Works, and Karen also helping with the budget, so public thank you. The mill, I know I drive you crazy with the pictures. The mill is like a totally different place. It's muddy right now, but like you said, Sandy, when grass seed is puns and the fence, The highlight of the whole thing is they found 2 Porsche 911s. You want to share with them what's happening with the people inquiring?
Well, they
about
keep
it?
calling town hall and wanting to get so I forward the information to Mr. Gashwell, but I am not the go-between auto broker, so I just pass it on and that's
I
all
can
I
tell you
can
this
do.
right now, he's not gonna sell anything. I know a couple people that contacted him, and he's not interested in selling anything.
Is that what he said?
That's what he
Yeah.
said.
Well, I noticed today it's covered up.
Yep, yeah,
Yeah,
because,
the Porsche
yeah.
that went up.
Oh, I did
Because
see
they
that.
kept riding by and looking at it, and one of my friends wanted its contact information. I said, see if I can find it. And he called him, said, nope, not selling anything, so.
Well, good for him.
Yep.
I guess.
Can I just do a couple more quick thank yous?
Yeah.
Water bills, thank you. There was, whatever happened, but the town should be thanked. I was stopped by an 84-year-old man, just trying to buy a cup of coffee. He said, they gotta cut off my yada, 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 this is gonna happen. He was in DEFCON 5. I went right over to Carolyn, and problem was solved in an hour, right? No sleeping sound tonight, so thank you. In the mid-80s, you get news like your water's gonna be cut off at 5
Yeah.
o'clock, 2 o'clock, you're gonna panic. And Kip, also, I did the snow removal. We heard more nice comments. The ice storm is an act of God. I'm sorry. I've lived 79 years. We've never had that much ice in 79 years. We've had more snow, but never ice. Forget about that. But the second one, you guys did an outstanding job. You couldn't beat nature in the first one, but nobody could, okay? Nobody could. So thank you. And I'll be quiet.
Thanks. Councilmember Hopper.
No additional comments, thank you.
Okay, I just have one thing. Well, actually, I have a couple things. One, on the 21st of this month, there's that great event at the Legion. There is also the Small Works closing at the Arts Council. Small Works closing is such a cool event. I will absolutely beat you to win any of the stuff in there, so don't even try. But you could come look at all the art that I'm gonna win. You buy raffle tickets, you put them in the boxes, you can win. I've won a lot of art over the last couple of years. We have a whole Small Works gallery wall in our house. And it's just very cool, and I hope a lot more people come and buy raffle tickets and try to win that art. So
What's the date? I'm sorry,
the
what's-
21st,
Okay.
the same night as the thing at the Legion, couple great town events. You could definitely make it to both in the windows that they're happening, but yeah, I just love the Arts Council, and I'm happy to promote their events. And then I also want to echo the thanks to the town staff for managing the water bill situation, unfortunate mailing challenge. Lots of people, worried about their water bills, and so glad that we were able to minimize the impact on people. And then just to remind the public that nobody, not a single person, is sitting in town hall desperate to cut off your water. And so there's no reason to come be rude to town staff. It's not their favorite thing. It's not anyone's favorite thing. The best way to avoid getting your water cut off is paying your water bill. Yelling at town staff doesn't get your water bill paid. And so I just really get exhausted, quite frankly, by how rude people tend to be, sometimes to members of this council, to town staff. I said it a couple meetings ago, it is a key driver in why I'm not going to run for reelection, but I just ask for people in Centreville to offer a little bit of civility. We hear, at least I hear all the time, Centreville's losing its small town feel, or Centreville used to feel like much more of a small town. I've lived here for over 30 years, and being a small town has nothing to do with the farm fields and everything to do with the attitude you bring to the situation. So if Centreville doesn't feel like a small town, it's probably because you're not acting like a small town's person. And so just would encourage people to be kinder to our staff, because if I was in town hall and someone was yelling and swearing at the staff, I would simply call the police and have them removed. And the town staff has a lot more patience than me. So just want to remind people that the town staff are humans and they are not out to get you in any way, shape, or form. But that's all I have. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All right, we're adjourned.
Have a good time in Florida.